Hi, I'm John Crawford and I'm blind. Today I'm going to talk about 10 things that really irritate me about being blind. These are not in any particular order, but these are just some really super triggery pet peeves of mine. Number 10, dropping things. I'll be reaching around in my pocket to pull something out and something else falls out, or I go especially into a medicine bottle to get some pills out and I drop one on the floor. Now, it's very important that you find the medication when you drop it, so you're there for the duration. Whether it takes you 5 minutes or an hour, you've got to find that. We've got pets in our home, so it's imperative that we locate those things. With poor vision, you got to get down on the floor like this and you got to feel around with both hands, and sometimes it takes forever, and things do tend to bounce when you drop them, so it might be several feet away from where you initially dropped it. So that's a real major irritant for me. Number 9 falls under the same category, but losing things. I thought I put it in one place and it turns out to be in another, or someone moves it, and either way I can't find it. And with poor vision, when you can't find something, trying to find it just takes forever. Number 8 is poor directions. I really hate it when people use vague words like over there, or recently I had an experience where I was out and I dropped something out of my pocket and I was doing the scan with my hand like that all over the floor, all around me, and a well-meaning person came over and was going, "Sir, it's near your left foot. Sir, no, sir, it's near your left foot." And I was feeling all around where this person was talking about, and I finally found it, but I had to say, "Ma'am, I don't know what you mean by near." Number 7, buffets. I hate buffets. Sometimes I like the food at buffets, but number 1, it's really awkward when you go to a buffet and you have to get somebody to help you. You have to stand there and you feel really self-conscious while people are telling you what's on the buffet. Sometimes they don't tell you everything that's on there because they didn't notice it themselves or whatever, but you miss out on things because you didn't know it was there in the first place. So that's really frustrating. Number 6, condescending people. People who talk to you, people who somehow make the assumption that because you can't see that you're stupid or that you don't understand things. I don't need to say anything more about that. We all get that one from time to time, and it's really irritating. Number 5, not being able to drive. If I was going to do this in top 10 order, this would probably be up there near the very top, if not my top pet peeve. For those of you who can drive, think about what your life is like whenever your car's in the shop or your vehicle's unavailable to you for whatever reason. And think that we have to live our lives that way. We have to function that way. And transportation in bigger cities is somewhat better with public transportation and Uber and Lyft. Uber and Lyft are pretty expensive from what I hear. I wouldn't know. I live in a community that doesn't offer it. So transportation is a major issue. So not being able to drive is a big one for me. Number 4, inaccessible websites. When you want to buy some product that's being advertised, and you have to go to their specific website because the product isn't offered on Amazon, where you know your way around, and you only to find out that the website is inaccessible to blind people, and VoiceOver doesn't work well with it, and there's nobody around to help you with it. Yeah, I don't like that. And I'm going to add CAPTCHAs to that. Somebody was talking about those stupid pictures that you have to click on in order to get past certain security on certain websites. Now, there are accessibility options on some of those CAPTCHAs, but I've been to enough websites myself where that option wasn't available. Number 3, this comes from the days of my being a guide dog user. People who felt it was okay to come up and talk to, pet, or feed my guide dog. I actually had a person get angry, very angry with me while I was in college because I wouldn't allow this person to give my dog a bag of Cheetos. Even with me explaining, would you please not do that because he's on a specific feeding schedule because he's a working dog. I would appreciate it if you wouldn't do that. Number 2, inconsiderate drivers. I'm talking about the kind of people when you're walking down the road, your cane is visible in plain sight or your guide dog is with you, and it should be very obvious that you are blind and somebody is driving too fast and over too far on the side of the road where you're walking, and they know you're there, but they're either not paying attention or they just don't care. And number one, employment opportunities for the blind. According to Molly Burke, she quotes a statistic, as I said before, that states that 70 to 80% of blind people are either unemployed or underemployed, meaning that they either don't have jobs or the jobs that they have are not congruent with the kind of training and skill level that they actually have, meaning they don't have the kind of job they trained for. I myself have been turned down for jobs because of my vision. I've literally been told on my job before that because of my vision, they weren't going to promote me. Those are 10 things that are major pet peeves of mine about being blind. With that being said, I don't like to be negative about things like this, but living the blind life is not always easy. And despite our best efforts to remain positive, there are still things that frustrate us and can get us down. What we have to do is we have to hold each other up. We have to try to be as positive as possible. We have to be grateful for the people that love us and the friends and family and the strangers that take the time to help us out. Okay, with that all being said, guys, you all have a good night and we'll talk to you later.